There was a time when stories did not belong to the world. They lived in the sky, high above the clouds, guarded, hidden. Every tale, every lesson, every warning, every laugh, all of them belonged to one being, Nyame, the Sky God. Among the Akan people of what is now Ghana, Nyame ruled the heavens, and he kept the stories for himself. On earth, people lived, they worked, they loved, they struggled, but they had no stories, no way to pass wisdom from one generation to the next, until one small creature decided that had to change. His name was Anansi, a spider, small in body, quick in mind, endlessly ambitious. In Akan oral tradition, Anansi was known for one thing above all: cleverness. Not strength, not size, cleverness. And one day, Anansi looked up at the sky and said, "Those stories should belong to everyone." So he did something no one else dared to do. He climbed up a golden thread, up through the clouds, up into the kingdom of Nyame. The sky god saw him coming. Nyame was vast, powerful, radiant like sunlight, and before him stood a spider. "You want my stories?" Nyame asked. Anansi did not tremble. "Yes," he said. Nyame laughed. The sound rolled like thunder. "If you want the stories," he said, "you must earn them." And then he named 4 impossible tasks. Anansi must capture Onini, the great python, Moboro, the swarm of deadly hornets, Osebo, the fierce leopard, and Mwatia, the invisible fairy spirit, alive, unharmed, alone. It was a challenge meant to fail. Anansi bowed and went back to earth. Now understand something. In many African traditions, the trickster does not win through power. He wins through understanding. He studies weakness. He studies pride. He studies fear. First, the python. Onini was enormous, long as a river, strong as iron. Anansi approached him casually. "I have a disagreement with my wife," Anansi said. "She says you are longer than this palm branch. I say you are shorter." The python hissed. "Of course I am longer." "Prove it," Anansi said. The python stretched himself along the branch, straight, rigid, trying to prove his greatness. And while he stretched, Anansi tied him, quickly, tightly. The python was captured, not by strength, by pride. Next came the hornets. Anansi carved a hollow gourd, filled it with water. Then he ran toward the hive, shouting, "Rain! Rain is coming!" The hornets panicked. They swarmed into the gourd for shelter. Anansi sealed the top. Fear had done the work for him. Then the leopard. Osebo was feared by every creature in the forest. Sharp teeth, golden eyes, silent steps. Anansi dug a deep pit in the ground, covered it with leaves. When the leopard fell in, he roared with fury. Anansi offered to help. He lowered a vine, but when the leopard grabbed it, Anansi bound him. Strength defeated by strategy. Finally, the fairy spirit, the invisible one. Anansi placed a sticky doll made of sap beside the path. When Mwatia passed and received no greeting in return, the spirit struck the doll and became stuck. One by one, Anansi completed the impossible. He carried the python, the hornets, the leopard, the spirit, back into the sky. Nyame looked at the spider differently now, not amused, not dismissive, impressed. "You have done what no one else could," Nyame said. And so he made a declaration. From that day forward, the stories would belong to the world, but they would carry a name, They would be called Anansesem, spider stories. Stories of wit, stories of survival, stories where the small outthink the mighty. Across Ghana and throughout West Africa, Anansi became more than a character. He became a cultural teacher. Through him, children learned intelligence can overcome force. Arrogance can lead to downfall. Power is not always visible. When enslaved Africans were taken across the Atlantic, they carried Anansi with them. In the Caribbean, he remained Anansi. In parts of the American South, he evolved into Br'er Rabbit. Different shape, same spirit. The trickster survives, because the trickster represents something universal. The powerless finding power, the underestimated becoming unstoppable, and the truth hidden inside laughter. Even today, in Ghana, storytellers gather at night. Children sit close, and when someone begins with, "Let me tell you an Anansi story," everyone leans in, because they know what is coming. A lesson wrapped in humor, a warning wrapped in wit, a reminder that strength alone is never enough. Anansi did not steal the stories, he earned them, with observation, with patience, with strategy. And because of him, stories belong to us all. Every tale told by firelight, every legend passed from grandparent to child, every story you are listening to now, all of it traces back to one small spider who dared to climb into the sky and refused to accept that wisdom should belong to the powerful alone.